Hey guys, it's Mandak coming at you with another video. So welcome into my comic collection update. So as I do every June, I figured I'd give you guys an update on my collection here. So as you can see behind me, I have a little snapshot of what is in my collection, but I'm actually going to go through each little cube here that I have in my collection and show you guys what I have. So I'm very excited to do that, and I'm gonna be doing a little bit different than what I usually do. So I'm gonna be filming it and then doing voiceover for each cube, so that way I can kind of give you guys better audio quality as I do them. So it's gonna be a little weird, kind of filming each one separately, but I think it's gonna allow us to have the best commentary for whatever I have in that cube, and that's the easiest way for me to break it down. So we'll do that. I'll also give you guys some information shortly here on where I bought these shelves, what type of shelves they are, and just some tips that I use for organizing my collection. By no means does everyone have to organize it this way, but it's just the system that I find most effective for me. So there's that, and then we will get into the actual collection. So without further ado, we'll get into that. So yeah. So the shelves I use are Kallax shelves from IKEA. You can get them in different sizes. For my setup, I have two 4x4s and one 3x4, which actually isn't a Kallax shelf. Now I think about it, I got it from Walmart because Kallax shelves are kind of hard to find. But yeah, you can get them at IKEA for like 120 bucks for the 4x4. I think it's like 167 or 169 or 170 for the 5x5, which I don't actually own. In terms of how I organize my collection, as you can see here in these pictures and video, I guess I'm showing here on the screen, I like to organize all my hardcovers together, whether that's omnibus, oversized hardcovers, OGNs, deluxe editions. I keep all that stuff together just because it looks a little bit nicer on the shelf to have everything one size. Don't have any absolutes. If I did, they would be in this collection as well. So that's kind of where I put those. In terms of paperbacks, I keep all those together and I alphabetize them based on character roughly. So I'll start with like Avengers, and then for each character or book or team, whatever, it'll go chronologically as much as I can or know about. So that's kind of the way I organize my collection. I have put kind of my collection all together. In my previous videos you guys might have watched on my channel, I did have my hardcovers in a different spot. I have since moved them over to this area to kind of have them all in one area, so when I'm filming or when I'm sitting in that chair reading, I'm surrounded by all my comics, which is really nice, so can't really complain about that. Another thing too with this is that there's definitely not a lot of room for expansion. What you see is what you get here, so definitely have to look at kind of trimming down what I'm spending on, or maybe looking at getting rid of some stuff. I know there is some stuff in my collection I'm looking to sell, so that might open up some space too, but for the time being, this is the system I'm dealing with. Alright guys, on this shelf we have my Amazing Spider-Man proper omnibus. So we have volumes 1, 2, and 4. Eventually I will be getting volume 3 this summer when that gets released again. Recently picked up the Roger Stern omnibus, so very excited to have that in the collection. See me pulling that out right there. Love that Amazing Spider-Man McFarlane omnibus, really enjoyed reading that as well. But yeah, this is pretty much just a lot of Spidey stuff. Really enjoyed reading this. The only stuff on this shelf I haven't read formally is the JMS Straczynski omnibus that's on the very far right there. So yeah, I love this stuff and really excited to hopefully get all 4 of the original omnibus. On this shelf we have the second volume of Straczynski's Amazing Spider-Man. We also got the Spider-Man the graphic novel, read that a couple summers ago. Also the Avengers by Hickman omnibus, Avengers the Crossing. We got Rage of Ultron, Avengers the Origin hardcover, Batman Dark Knight Rises, some more OGNs for Spider-Man. So good amount of stuff here going on. I would say on this shelf definitely have read maybe about half of it. Not really, actually, probably about a quarter. So I should probably stop going over all the, the stuff I've read, because it's kind of sad to actually review how little I've actually read of my collection. So yeah, that is the shelf for this one. All right, guys, on this shelf we have Batman: The Killing Joke. We have the two hardcovers for Black Panther, Camelot 3000, a bunch of Cap epics there. Got the first omnibus for Brubaker. Pretty much all of my Daredevil hardcovers are on this shelf here. So we got, Frank Miller, we got Brubaker's run. Loved reading those. We also have Mark Waid, which I have not touched yet, but definitely plan to read at some point there since I have both of their hardcovers. So very excited to read that series. But yeah, just a lot of good additions here to the collection this year, at least on this shelf. So very nice to see those added there. On to our next shelf here, we have some Doctor Strange as well as Deadpool. We have some Fantastic Four hardcovers. I believe the second Byrne Omnibus has been announced, so very excited to hopefully get that as well one day. Guardians of the Galaxy by Bendis. Actually read that whole series. Enjoyed that. We're going back to pulling out some of these Strange stuff here, so nice to see those collections. Hawkeye by Matt Fraction is right there as well as going backwards a little bit. We had the Guardians of the Galaxy by I forget who that is. Is that Jerry? Is that Coates? I think it's Coates. So yeah, a lot of good stuff on this shelf as well. On to our next shelf. I wonder if you guys can guess what that little hole is in there in the collection. But anyways, we have some Hulk stuff. We have Iron Man Mask in the Iron Man omnibus. Recently got that last year. Very excited to own that in my collection. But yeah, this is Iron Man Volume 1 by Michelini and Layton is my first omnibus I ever owned. So very excited to have that in the collection here still. That's what started all this collecting, I feel like, for me. So very nice shelf. Love to have it. So there's that. Alright, so our next shelf here is some more Iron Man books to kind of finish off our little collection there. We also have Justice League International, Kill or Be Killed, a fantastic series by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. One of the very few Image hardcovers I actually own. Marvel Legacy, 1602, Marvel's Project, Moon Knight. We get a bunch of Miss Marvel hardcovers. Still got to track down the fifth one. And then we have Secret Wars. So a lot of good stuff on this shelf. And the second Justice League International omnibus is out, so I gotta eventually track that down too. Alright guys, so on this shelf we have some Silver Surfer stuff. So we got the original Stan Lee and John Buscema hardcover there. We got Spider-Man, Spider-Gwen, Squadron Supreme, Squirrel Girl, Star Wars. Still missing the first omnibus, so very triggered by that. Squirrel Girl, we got both volumes of the new series, the 2015 series there. Picked those up recently. And that's pretty much all I got on this shelf here. Not a lot to go off of. That Star Wars omnibus is really eluding me, so we'll see if I can find that soon. But yeah. This cube here, we have pretty much all of my Star Wars oversized hardcovers. The Star Wars original series, we have the Submariner omnibus from Timely's Greatest. Got that at a BAM a while ago. We have the so if we're looking at all the Star Wars books here, got a lot to choose from. I think I pretty much read all of those. Down here we also have the Thanos OGNs. I think that's every one of them. Maybe I'm missing one or two. And then we also have the Mighty Thor by Walter Simonson, Sal Buscema omnibus, which I still have not taken out of the shrink wrap yet. So gotta jump on that because I have a Thor run coming in me. So we'll see if that comes to fruition. On this shelf we have Thor, the first one. Still have yet to get the rest of the hardcovers. We have Trinity, some Uncanny Avengers, all the Uncanny X-Men omnibus here that have been released so far. Recently got Volume 4, read that. Also have done What Am I Reading episodes on that omnibus, so go check that out. Shameless plug. X-Men Classic, I put it at the end there. Don't really know where it fits into this whole chronological order here, but decided to put it there. So that is this shelf. Alright, so moving on to the next shelf here, we have some more X-Men Omnibus and oversized hardcovers. We have Mutant Massacre. We have X-Men Fatal Attractions. Got that at a store for like $35 one year, which was insane. X-Men by Claremont and Lee. Both volumes recently got reprinted this year. Very happy to get those. The Vision by Tom King. Yep, got it wrong there. And then we get into some Marvel Premiere Classics here. I have the West Coast Avengers. Still thinking about upgrading to downgrading to the Epics. And then we got some Wade Cap Marvel Premiere Classics as well. So a lot of good stuff on this shelf. So this next shelf here, next cube I guess, we have some more Marvel Premiere Classics. Hercules, got both of those. We have Norm Breyfogel's Batman, Legends of the Dark Knight. I have not been able to get the second one. I think it's out of print. You can see here some of the other Marvel Premiere Classics. Really sad to discontinue that line. We have a lot of Iron Man stuff. We got Matt Fraction Iron Man. We have I think that's Kieran Gillen's run on Iron Man as well. So just some standard hardcovers here. Nothing too crazy on this shelf. I would say of this shelf, I think I've read a majority of this cube, if you will. So excited to see that. So next one here is the last shelf of the hardcovers, and we have some Infamous Iron Man. We have Bendis's run on Iron Man, Marvel's Eye of the Camera, Pulp, and very much enjoyed reading that series with my friends over on Crackle Comics. Some Secret Avengers stuff, JMS's Thor, Ultimate stuff, let's see, X-Men Magneto Testament, and 2 Marvel Masterworks that I probably will never read, so I might end up selling those. It's like USA Comics Volume 2 and Captain America Golden Age Volume 3. Don't know when I'll ever see myself reading those, so yeah, that's the hardcovers. Moving over into our first shelf, excuse my hand in the foreground here, but got some Age of Ultron, got Annihilation paperbacks. Hopefully they do Annihilation Conquest paperbacks as well. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Epic collection there. Hopefully we get more of those collections to come. Astro City, recently picked that up on the Harrisburg comic trip. Axis. So just not a lot of like stellar stuff on this shelf, but just kind of all the A stuff, I guess. And if we look down here as well, you'll see the little modular building I have as well. So that is this shelf. We have pretty much the majority, if not all, the Avengers epics that have come out recently. So I'm not going to go through all of them. I think I'll show a closer up of these here soon. But yeah, this is pretty much Avengers 1, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Once an Avenger, Master of Evil, Behold the Vision, yada yada yada. So pretty much going through all of the original Avengers stuff. I've read the majority of this, I would say, if not all of it, maybe like 90% of this cube has been read. So really like my Avengers stuff. Really nice to get those Avengers Absolute Vision paperbacks. Nice to get those. So that is this shelf. The next shelf we have here is continuing my Avengers stuff. So we have Fear the Reaper, The Gatherer's Strike, First Sign, then again Jeff Johns run, Kurt Busiek's run, some Avengers and Scarlet Witch stuff. Then we have some West Coast stuff as well, some little pocketbook Panini Press books on top there. Young Avengers, some of Jason Aaron's run on Avengers, so just miscellaneous Avengers main title stuff here on this shelf. I also have some little Lego sets there, as you can obviously see, but yeah, this is majority of just other Avengers run beyond Volume 1, so yeah. Moving on to this cube, we have a lot of skinny paperbacks here. We have Mighty Avengers, we have New Avengers, both volumes of that series. We also have Siege, as it relates to the New Avengers and Dark Avengers. We have All New, All Different Avengers, some more Secret Avengers stuff, Uncanny Avengers, Occupy Avengers, Mighty Avengers, just basically all the miscellaneous Avengers stuff. Need to get the third volume of Avengers Academy, so that will be the last addition probably to this shelf. So this is my Batman shelf. I know it's very pathetic, but we get some Golden Age Batman, Death in the Family, just some other paperbacks by Loeb and Sale, like those ones as well. Then we get into Scott Snyder's run, got some of his paperbacks. You see that slipcase I just recently purchased from Ollie's. We get some Tom King stuff as well, and then we kind of cap off our Batman shelf with Batwoman. So you can see that the Batmobile on top, very nice set, got a few years back, as well as the BrickHeadz over to the side there. So that is my Batman shelf. My next shelf here is majority Black Panther with a little Black Knight paperback thrown in the front there. So we get Don McGregor's run on Black Panther, Jack Kirby's, Christopher Priest, Reginald Hudlin, and then we get some Black Science, Black Widow stuff as well. A lot of Black Widow stuff as well. I really enjoy reading a lot of that. I gotta read Wade's run. I've heard it's really good. That one epic I picked up because that's the stuff I don't have in my collection. And then we get some Bullseye and Cage to finish off. We also have my little Black Widow BrickHead there, as well as the Black Panther ship. So nice little collection there. This is my cap shelf. So I'm pretty sure I own every single Captain America Epic collection that has ever been released. So you can see all of them right here. I won't go through them all here for you, but obviously the Captain collection kind of sticking out there. A little kind of triggers me a little bit, but they are releasing an Epic for that eventually. I think it's coming out this year. We also have some Captain America Marvel Knights and a paperback of Captain America by Brubaker that I'm probably going to be selling because they're reprinting all of the Captain America omnibuses. So don't need to keep that anymore. So we'll be selling that as I'm pointing to it right there. And that is our shelf. This next shelf is finishing up some of the Captain America stuff. So we have Steve Rogers, then we have Rick Remender's run on Captain America in paperback. We have Sam Wilson Captain America. We have Steve Rogers Captain America all the way leading up to Secret Empire. So all that's in skinny paperback. Sue me, I don't care. Captain Britain. Then we get into some Captain Marvel stuff. So we have the original Captain Marvel, Death of Captain Marvel. Then we have all the Carol Danvers stuff that I could get my hands on. Miss Marvel is in another part of this shelf here. We also have the Quinjet on the top there from the Captain Marvel movie. And then we finish off this little book cube with our Catwoman series. So very excited to hopefully read that soon. So our next shelf here is kind of on the end, so sorry for the angle there, but we get some Champion stuff here. We have Chew, Civil War, Criminal, pretty much all the Criminal stuff collected in paperback, Crisis on Infinite Earths, Dakota North. We have Daredevil stuff, some classic Daredevil stuff, as well as the Bendis run. So I also have Battling Jack Murdock on top there because it couldn't fit into this cube, so I gotta find another place for that. But yeah, just a good arrangement of stuff here on this shelf. On this shelf, we have Daredevil Yellow, we have Dark Avengers, Deadshot, Deathlock, Deadly Class went back there. I still need to get the rest of that series. Defenders, a lot of Doctor Strange stuff here in paperback. We got East of West, still need to collect the rest of that series. Eternals, that movie's coming out this year, lit. And the beginning of Excalibur. So I own every Excalibur epic that has been released up until this point, so hopefully they can keep printing more of those. So another eclectic shelf here. You can also see the taxi cars that I have on top there. So good shelf here. This shelf is easy. This is the conclusion of my Excalibur collection because it couldn't fit into that last shelf. And then all of my Fantastic Four stuff. So pretty much exclusively have it in epic format, aside from Wade and Marengo's run. Captain America kind of chilling there as well. Gotta get the rest of Hickman's run as well. You can see they're all the epics I own. So, yep, and some smaller paperbacks there. Fantastic Four, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the Big in Japan as well. So, that is my FF cube. Moving on to our next shelf here, we have another eclectic shelf. We have the Fade Out, we have Fatale by Brubaker, both series by Brubaker and Phillips. We have The Flash, we have a bunch of Flash, actually, Mark Waid, as well as Silver Age stuff. Some Rebirth thrown in there as well. Got Ghost Rider, Gotham Central, still need to collect the last trade of that series. And then we have some Green Arrow stuff by Kevin Smith and Brad Meltzer. And then we finish off with a Green Lantern paperback that I found at a store for half off. So, yeah, really eclectic shelf as well for this one. This shelf is exclusively Guardians of the Galaxy, so pretty much own all the printed Guardians of the Galaxy stuff that has come out in paperback. So we got Tomorrow's Avengers, we have Jim Valentino's run, we have the Year 3000, Danny Abnett and Lanning as well. We have some Secret Wars stuff. We have, what's his name? Duggan's run, Rocket Raccoon, and Groot. You see my little brickheads there, as well as Rocket chilling on the top there, and his little Panini Press book of his miniseries. So, good amount of stuff here. Nice to have it all together in one spot. On this shelf, we have some Hawkeye stuff, Hellcat, Hercules, Hulk, Human Torch and the Thing. Got that at a Books A Million for $10. Pretty good deal there. And then the rest of it is just my Infinity Saga stuff. So Gauntlet, War, Crusade. Still have yet to find Volume 2 for Infinity Crusade. Marvel, please reprint that. Infinity Watch, both volumes of that. And then Infinity Entity, as we zoom in here on Thanos kind of creeping there with his gauntlet. So a lot of good stuff here. The H's through the I's for this cube. This shelf should be pretty easy to go over. We got Inhumans, we have Iron Fist. The real call out in this shelf is definitely all three Invincible compendiums. Very excited to have purchased all those for a pretty cheap price, I would say. And then all of the irredeemable paperbacks, which my friend actually recently sold to me. So nice to have all those in that collection as well. But yeah, just a lot of good independent stuff that I need to get reading as we look at some of the little Lego planes I've built as well. This is my Iron Man shelf. You can see there my Marvel Legends figures kind of blocking it, but I have a couple of epics as well as some other bigger collections here. You get into Volume 2 of Iron Man with Heroes Reborn. Got some Director of S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff, Iron Man 2020, some more recent Bendis stuff, with Riri Williams and stuff like that, as well as a bunch of miniseries and, stuff like that as well. So, obviously this is not all of my Iron Man collection, this is just the paperbacks, but it's a pretty nice shelf, and I love having those figures kind of there as well. So, nice. This shelf, again, sorry for the angle, but we have Jessica Jones, pretty much all Jessica Jones published stuff in one spot. Some Justice League of America collections there. We get Lazarus, gotta read that series, looking forward to reading that for sure. Luke Cage, Marvel 1985, Marvel Romance, Marvel Zoom Takeover, guys. Oh yeah, Book of the Year. No, I was kidding. Marvel 2-in-1, love to have picked up that epic recently on the Harrisburg trip. And then we also have some Mockingbird stuff, which I've recently read a couple years ago, actually. Guess that's not too recent. So that is this shelf. So on this shelf, we have Morning Glories. I think I still need a few more trades to finish off that series. Both Miss Marvel epics, New Frontier. I think every New Mutants epic that has been released. I might be missing one. New Warriors, Nick Fury, a bunch of Nick Fury stuff. Nightwing, Nova Classic, Nova by Abnett and Lanning. Still need to get the second trade of that series. And then we also have the continuation of Paper Girls there, or the beginning of Paper Girls. So a lot of good stuff on this shelf as well. Very happy to see it all. So that is this shelf. On this shelf, we also have some little Lego sets creeping on the top. But we have the continuation of Paper Girls, Phantom, which is actually one of the first collections I ever owned. It was actually given to me by my grandfather. Power Man Iron Fist, Preacher, still need to collect that series. A lot of Punisher stuff that I have not even touched yet, so gotta get to that eventually. Quasar, Classic, read that for some reason, but didn't read Punisher. Realm of Kings, Red Skull, Runaways, the only two collections that matter. Um, yeah, so another good eclectic shelf here for sure. So this shelf has all of Saga in paperback. So hopefully that series can get started soon because that was a hell of a cliffhanger to leave us on. Scarlet Witch, Secret Warriors, Secret Wars, Secret Wars 2. Still need to read that. Yeah, I heard people say it sucks. Sex Criminals, read all that recently. Go check out my What Am I Reading on my channel for that. She-Hulk by Dan Slott, She-Hulk by Mariko Tamaki, and then we get into a bunch of S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff, both the classic by Lee and Kirby and Steranko, and then the more recent stuff. So, and then we finish off with Siege as we look at some of the smaller sets on top of my shelf. This shelf has a lot of Spidey stuff. We got Spider-Man Loves Mary Jane collection, got that at a BAM a few months ago, I think. We got Silk, Silver Surfer, Sleeper, Solar, Southern Bastards. Really looking forward to reading that series. We got some Spider-Man epics here. Pretty much all the ones that I needed beyond the omnibus. Maximum Carnage, got that at a store for pretty cheap. You can tell it's a very old collection of that. Spider-Man Blue. Just some more miscellaneous Spider-Man paperbacks there. We also have Spider-Woman. So got a lot of her series. I think that's pretty much all of her paperbacks in collection there. So got to get around to reading that at some point. But yeah, just a lot of Spidey stuff on this shelf as well as some bigger epics. So nice. This shelf features my 2 Lego Land Speeders as well as the Squirrel Girl paperback, Star Brand, Star Lord, pretty much all Star-Lord solo stuff there. Starman Omnibus, which I probably won't be able to find any more of the paperbacks of, so sad face there. A bunch of little Star Wars trades that I won't go into here. I will call out the Dark Empire though. Recently read that and I loved that. And then we have a bunch of Star Wars epics that my friend Vince and I might be doing podcasts of in the near future, so stay tuned for that. But you can see there's a lot to pick from, and there's still more out there to buy, so excited. I miss the days when I used to buy those epics for like $10 and now you can't find them for less than 20. So sad face. But yeah, that is the cube for this one. This one has the continuation of the Star Wars epics. So we have a bunch of New Republic ones. We have Infinities. We have a Storm miniseries, Suicide Squad, still missing some volumes from that. A bunch of Superman stuff that I recently read, Panic in the Sky being one of them. We have Thanos collections as well. We have The Thing, Project Pegasus, as well as the first 2 classic volumes. I still need to hunt down the third one. But yeah, my Superman collection's expanding. I wouldn't say it's definitely the best, but I think it's somewhat respectable. A lot of like evergreen books in this collection for sure. Not a lot of like deep continuity stuff. So that is that. This shelf is, you guessed it, my Thor shelf. So I think similar to Captain America, I own pretty much every single Thor epic that has been released to this point. So that is my way of going about collecting it. It was probably the easiest for me to collect it this way because just I didn't really own any Thor epics or any other material up until this point in other formats. So yeah, really excited to hopefully dive into this one day. Not sure if I want to pick Thor or Captain America next as my huge readathon, but got a lot to pick from here. And we also have Kieran Gillen as well as the Thor, the Mighty Avenger complete collection. And some Lego cars. This shelf, again, on the very bottom here, but we have Thunderbolts. We have Umbrella Academy, the first volume of that series. Understanding Comics. We have a bunch of Ultimate stuff here. We have, the regular Ultimates, Ultimate Iron Man, Ultimate Marvel Team Up. So, haven't really touched a lot of this shelf yet, but I definitely am looking forward to reading that Thunderbolts series and as well as the Ultimates. I heard like the first few series are pretty good before it kind of tapers off. So, yeah, very excited to get into some of this stuff eventually. This shelf is very easy to go over. We have Ultimate Spider-Man. Pretty much everything from the beginning up until Miles Morales. We got U.S. War Machine, V for Vendetta, Velvet, recently finished collecting that series, so got to give that a read at some point. That is Brubaker and Epting. Little Venom trade chilling in there, as well as a Vigilante paperback that I was able to score at an Ollie's for like $5 or something. So can't beat that. But yeah, a lot of good stuff to read there. This shelf, again, very simple to go over. We got all of Walking Dead in compendiums here, so those look so nice on the shelf. So glad I went that format instead of the paperback route. We have some War Machine collections here. War of the Kings, Warlock, Wasp, Watchmen. Still have yet to read Watchmen. And then the first two collections of What If, which I've actually read a couple from a Crackle Comics episode that we did of What If before. So yeah, you can see there, police cart chilling on the top. But yeah, I just love those compendiums of Walking Dead. Those look so nice, and can't wait to deep dive into that. This shelf is continuing the What If collection. Still gotta get the third one. You can see there that Lego Wonder Woman set that I was able to get back in September or October. We got some Wolverine collections here. We have a lot of, not a lot, but the start of my Wonder Woman collection here. So George Perez and the Rebirth stuff. I was able to fill out some of that from this trip that we just went on for Harrisburg. So very excited. Hopefully this shelf doesn't grow because I don't want to put that Wonder Woman set somewhere else. The 1984 set's chilling in the back there too. Our next shelf here is a lot of X related titles. We have X Factor by Peter David, the original series, and then a bunch of X Factor from his follow-up series, which I still have yet to collect all of them. And then we have All New X Factor, which is also written by Peter David. So a lot of Peter David on this shelf. We have X Force as well. My little Lego Sentinel chilling there too. Very nice little figure there to put. But yeah, this is a lot of the X Factor that I care to own. Just have to hunt down the rest of those paperbacks, which who knows if I'll be able to find them or not. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. My next collection cube here is all of my X-Men paperbacks. So you can see there some of the first epics there. We get Fall of the Mutants, Asgardian Wars, Extinction Agenda, Inferno, which I recently got the paperbacks for from my friend, Mutant Genesis, Bishop's Crossing, Executioner Song, and then we go into New X-Men by, I can't remember who wrote that. Sorry. Yeah, Grant Morrison, that's who it is, my bad. So that is that. And I have a trade of Inferno that I'm willing to sell, so yeah, there's that too. Our last shelf here finishes up some of the X-Men stuff. So we have Astonishing X-Men, and we also have X-Men Gold and Blue, Amazing X-Men, X-23. Still got to hunt down the second volume of that series. And then I have pretty much all of Y the Last Man. So we also have Venom here, kind of chilling as well. And the X-Jet as well on the top there. Blackbird, whatever you want to call it. And that is my collection. So we'll go into the outro for this video. So that is the end of this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. As I kind of show some of the shots of my statues here, just kind of wanted to show you that as I kind of cap off this video. But hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about the new format, if you want me to change it or if we should do a different format. I kind of like this. It's a little bit easier to edit, and it also hopefully will come out better in production. So let me know what you guys think. But anyways, this has been my comic collection for 2021. Thank you guys all for watching, and have a great one. Peace.